All right, so we're going to go live now. Okay, hello everyone. I am live here in the library. Hello, hello. So, welcome to this live. Today we're going to be talking about success, and also I'm going to take advantage and just share how I create my vision board. So, stay here. It's going to be a calming and educational vision board creating live session. So let me know in the comments below where you're watching. My name is Joanne. I am a coach. I'm a spirit-led guide coach. I talk about God, talk about mindset, tips and tricks to have success in your own way. Of course, creating and making your dreams and goals happen. I help people, men and women, to get to break free from survival mode situations by helping them find clarity in their own story. So I'm a coach. I help people find clarity in their own way. I give safe space for them so that they can find their own answers. I believe that everyone has their own answers and they're sitting in their own values. So I just give the space to allow them to see it. Hi Dila, thank you so much for being here. Where are you from? Let me know in the comment section below. I am expecting people to say hi, good morning, good afternoon. Dila, where are you from, coach? So I am here in Amsterdam. I'm a multicultural person. I was born in the Philippines. I grew up in Spain. But let me tell you, if you ask my mom, can Joanne survive in the Philippines? She would say no. Right, even though I was born in the Philippines, I grew up in Spain. So my personality and maybe my, where I feel more comfortable is in Europe. And I lived in Germany, and now I am here in the Netherlands. Okay, so I have changed countries several times, and where else God will take me, who knows? All right, so I am comfortable wherever it is here on earth. I know that I belong in heaven, and that's where I want to go. I want people to make their dreams and goals happen, but I found out that there is a struggle for people to plan, to design their life, and to make their dreams and goals happen. And everything that you have in your mind, you can start working on in stillness. All right. So I give people the place to find that, to find stillness so that they can start thinking without noise. That is what I do, basically. Let me see. You can speak many languages? Yes. So I can speak fluently three languages, and I can speak two languages, conversational level. I am not yet very fluent in German, all right, but I can converse in German. And Netherlands. And Dutch is something that I am currently learning. I am actually going in school to learn the language. All right. But once you have learned many other languages are going to get easier to learn. You will find your brain. That's why learning is important. Okay, your brain learns faster the more you learn. All right. It's like a muscle. You guys go to the gym? Who here goes to the gym? I just went to the gym. That's why my hair is like this. But just like going to the gym, the more you learn and exercise your mind to think and learn new things, all right, then learning new other things and trying new stuff gets easier, right? This is also related to self-confidence. Who here struggles with self-confidence? Let me see. Hi, Big John. Thank you so much for being here. Queen Sarah, hello, hello. For those who are just coming in, my name is Joanne. I'm a spirit-led guide coach. We're going to be talking about success, all right, while I am creating a vision board. That is a challenge for me. I don't know if I can make it happen. But if you have any questions about getting out of procrastination, you don't know, you don't know where to start. If you have big dreams, you feel stuck, you don't find the energy to make it happen, just comment the questions below. All right. Let me see. Dila Edu says, so cool. All right. Ah, the screen is so far. Okay, so success. Success. So maybe we can talk about habits of highly successful people. Highly successful people. Who here wants more in life? Who here wants to have their own success, your own definition of success? Your own definition of success could be, you know, just staying healthy, being able to move. Being able to move when life happens, you're agile, you're healthy to move. You can help, you can give love, you can share. That's a good definition of success, being able to move freely without any resistance, right? But many other factors are connected to that, like the resources to move, having financial freedom to move, having health to move, all right? So in your own definition of success, who here wants more of it? All right, comment me if you want more success in life in your own way. All right, and if you're struggling, then this live is for you. Let me know in the comment section below, who here wants more in life? Who here wants success in life? Or what is your definition of success? Like I'm asking maybe a lot of questions. Hi Juan, thank you for liking the live. I see you. Let me know in the comments below where you are from. All right, let me know. So Big John says from the US. Yay! All right. I wish I could press the buttons to celebrate, but it's too far away from me. You know, there are sound effects for clapping. All right, that would be maybe weird. I appreciate you for being here. Okay, so number one habit of highly successful people that I know that I integrated personally in my life, all right, is spending time with themselves, stillness, a relationship with oneself. So the habit that you could start doing, the very first thing, is booking time to spend time with yourself. Why is this important? Because you use you to rise up in life. You want more in life, you want success in life. Who's gonna build it? You. You're the one who's going to build it, not your neighbor. All right, imagine yourself, you want to be healthier. All right, this is amazing. So as I said, we're going to create a vision board. So I'm going to create my vision board with you guys. As I said, I don't know if I'm going to make it in order. Let me see if I find one image that is related to fitness. Everyone, ladies, I have this vision board kit inside the community. It's only for women community, okay? But if you want this vision board kit, it's 59 pages. Oops. It's for free. I'm giving it away for free. You can have it. You can have it. I want you to have vision. I want you to dream again. I want you to start, imagining how your life would be. If you enter that state of dreaming and wanting more in life, I'm happy. I'm happy. And then the next step is just taking action, just as if it's really easy, right? But many people are in the hurry, in the rush of social media, wanting more in life. Yes, 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 or surviving. All right, who here is in survival mode? Let me know in the comment section below. You're in a job that you don't like, but you're there because you need to survive. Right? You don't have the time to dream. You don't have the time to make things happen in life. I understand that because that was my life too. All right, that was my life too, and then God happened in my life. I was not a believer of God, and then He changed my life. Cheesy, I know. But that is how it happened. In my brokenness, in my stillness, all right, there's so many images. In my brokenness, I was exhausted chasing things outside me. I was exhausted. And I asked myself questions in stillness. And stillness didn't happen to me naturally. Stillness, the number one habit, or spending time with myself, didn't happen to me naturally. I was forced to kind of spend time with myself because of an injury. That is how it happened. I injured myself at work because I was working too much. So at work, I was sacrificing my health. Is it worth it, you guys? Hey, is it worth it? I'm here to shake your mind a little bit, to keep you thinking. Is it really that cheap? Your health, is it that cheap? All right, please don't be offended if I ask these questions. All right, I found one. So I cut this off already, but this is part of the vision board kit. In life, here success is aligned on how much money they have. All right, that is another topic for another day. But after God helped me understand that money is neutral. Money is the lowest wealth form, if you consider it wealth, that you can encounter. It's like having scissors. Let me explain. Money, if the only way for you to measure wealth is through measuring money of how much one person have in their bank account, you're going to suffer in life. You're going to be judging and evaluating everyone because of just how much money they have in their bank account. All right, and many people are like this. So there are other forms of money that actually are higher quality than money. And that is what you want in life. That is what you want more in life. So money is neutral. Why do I say it? Because whenever you carry good things in your heart, you multiply the goodness outside you because money is a tool. When you touch money, you do good things with your money. You help your family, you help people outside you, you become really, a source of love, care. All right? You pay health bills, hospital bills for other people, right? But if you carry bad things in you, greed, lust, jealousy, envy, you touch money and you multiply what you carry. Genesis 1, everyone, in Genesis, in the book of Genesis, in your Bible, not just in your Bible, also my Bible, it's written there that you are a natural multiplier. Whenever God speaks, it's already coded. When God tells you, you become fruitful, you are fruitful. Multiply, you are meant to multiply, not just babies, all right? It's everything that you can create. Emotions, joy, your art, your talent, your skills, you multiply. But what happens is when you are carrying the wrong things, you multiply the wrong things. Okay, imagine these people who are in the food industry multiplying food because of what they're carrying of greed. They sell you sugar. They sell you poison because it tastes good for you. But the food that are coming from greed is poison. It is the enemy in John 10:10. It steal, kill, and destroy. You will see the fruit. So many people are suffering because of the situation. People are creating and multiplying from greed, from lust, from many bad things that affects people's health. It steals their life, kill them slowly, and destroy their future. Do you guys agree? All right, another topic for another day. But these are knowledge that God have given me. I started believing in God in 2024. And then I started getting all these ideas. God can accelerate ideas in your mind to understand deeply what is happening here on earth and how you can use your talents, your skills to become purposeful. All right, let's go back to the topic. But these are beautiful, beautiful revelations or wisdom that we should know. The battle that we have here on earth is not just against people. It's against what people create from the bad spirits that they carry. Food, medicine, in everything that we can create, it can contain lies, goodness, of course, both things, the positive and the negative. That's why I tell you money is neutral. When you touch a scissor, right, it's neutral. You can create good things with scissor, but a person with a bad heart, you can use it too, right? You guys see what I did? A person with a good heart creates life. A person with a bad heart or carry the bad things. It's not them. It's what they're carrying. All right. Please have that clear. You should be able to love a person and also separate what they're feeling. What they are carrying. Compassion. You love the person, but not what they're carrying, especially if it's the bad thing. All right? You rebuke the bad thing that they're carrying, and you pray for them to let go of that bad thing. All right. So even in that story of Abel and Cain, right? Abel had, Cain has a stone in his hand. Stones can be used for decorations, to build temples, rock, right? To build pavements, paths. But how did Cain, because of jealousy, because of pride, because of what he was carrying in his heart, he used that stone to what? Hi. To kill. And, all right? Okay, so spending time with yourself will allow you to see what you carry. Especially invite God with this, because why? So I am sharing my own view. All right, you guys, you don't have to believe me at all. But why do I say invite God or a higher power in this thing? Because people can lie to you, right? People can lie to us, but also you yourself can lie to yourself. When you're spending time with yourself, the version of you that is in front of you could be carrying greed, lust, jealousy, envy, pride. And that person in front of you, which is you, when you are in your silent moment, will tell you, oh, do this. Do this because you will make them feel bad if you had that success. Oh, do this because they made you wrong in the past and you want to see them suffer. You yourself can lie to yourself. And it's hard to see it at first, but this is the start of you getting to know yourself. And when you see yourself, question yourself and ask God, God, please, I don't want to be that kind of person who is taking action from revenge. Please show me who I'm really meant to be. God, please show me the truth in your light, light of truth, show me who am I. I know I have a purpose, but show me, please, who am I? So number one step, the first habit is, people call it meditation, prayer, but I call it just spend time with yourself. Spend time with yourself. Get to know what is inside your temple. All right, I will pause here and to read the comments. Let me see. What do you explain for? Comes from a more responsible. Says out of me. All right. The devious emotions. All right, Adam and Eve are one. So Adam is responsible for what creates Eve. All right. So this is happening when you are one. Let me go. Ali, thank you so much for following. All right, any other question? No? So we have a vision that we say we want to be more fit, for example. We want to be fit. All right, in your silent moment, you imagine yourself, how can I make it happen? What should I promise to myself is a meeting with yourself. Remember this. Consider this first habit as you meeting the CEO of your life. You're so important. Why don't you spend time with yourself? All right. How does it look like? What do we need to do to make it happen? How many times should we go to the gym? Can we even go to the gym? Do we have time for that? All right. CEO, let me know what is important for you. Okay. This is where you negotiate with yourself. Right, I want this body. How to achieve it? All right, and why is it that I feel like resistance? Oh, because I don't want to go to the gym. Like, you will understand yourself Yourself, when you spend time with yourself, it's going to throw up everything that is scared of. Fear is going to be there, burdens are going to be there, worries are going to be there. That's why, let me tell you, I understand why you don't want spending time with yourself. Because your true self reveals to you many things that are important for you. Maybe coming from wound, coming from truth. It's a mixture. All right, you're human, you're not God. So of course there are going to be truth for you in the current situation that is coming from a wounded person. All right, and there's going to be truth that are coming from your genuine heart. But you will see all of this coming to you as like a wave. And please don't escape yourself. Please breathe in. It's like meeting the director of a company or just CEO and like, surrender when you're having this meeting. Okay, so successful people spend time with themselves. They journal. They analyze what they did wrong in their day, in their week, so that they can improve in the future because they have a vision, right? Why is vision important? A vision is important because it helps you with your direction. If you don't have a vision, you're going to be like a person who's running around in circle. And guess what? Your time, your energy is limited. You could die tomorrow. Do you know that? Everyone could die tomorrow. So, if you are spending it the wrong way, one day you will realize, oh, wait, after working really hard, now I see myself with no fuel. I need maintenance. What happened in my life? Right? That is what happens when you run around in circle with no direction. You have allowed life to push you there, to push you there, to push you there, to push you there, because you didn't have a vision. All right, so I'm going to use this word healthy for my vision board. So my vision board is going to be in a folder because I move a lot. I cannot carry cardboards with me. So I want to be able to carry it wherever I go. So I found this folder that is for a CV. This is meant to be for a CV. I haven't used it. So I will just carry it wherever I go and put it in front of me. I'm working with my computer and then I have my vision board in the background or something like that. Isn't that a great plan? Okay, so I am collecting now my images. So health is one thing important for me. I'm going to do it this way. I know that health is important for me because it allows me to move when people need me to be focused, to be able to hear them because I'm a coach. Health is the very thing that helped me to be focused. All right? So this is the words of Bruce Lee. I'm going to paraphrase it. But a cup empty is useful. It is useful because it's empty. So you have spent time with yourself, right? That was the first habit. When you see the trash that you carry in you, you put it out. You keep the good things. You're letting the trash go. So now you have a temple that is clean, empty, but just with the good things. Right? And now when people need from you, you can be useful. You can be there for them. All right? Health helps me to be focused. My self-care is important for me because it is what allows me to connect with my client. Right? To be able to sit still, to be able to listen actively. Not everyone can listen actively. To be able to catch the word, the change of their mood, the change of their words, where their hands land when they speak about an emotion. being focused in my job, in my business is important. So health is connected to that. How about you? Do you want to be a CEO? Do you want to be a teacher? Do you want to be a singer? How are you going to perform well in that dream? Okay, so we have it. Let me see. Let me see. Everyone who is here, my name is Joanne. For those who are just tuning in, where are you from? Let me know in the comments below. I am in Amsterdam. I'm a spirit-led guide coach. I help people break free from survival mode situations so that they can find confidence in them, right? That is what I coach do, like help people find value that they already carry to help them take action, move forward with confidence without changing, without fixing anything in them. It's just allowing them to see, oh, they have everything in them because you have everything in you. All right, I will quote you a verse from the Bible. It is actually a quote that changed my life. If you abide in me, I in you. I in you. Someone is in you. And that someone has a name. I don't know why I do this, but that someone has a name. And that verse is in the Bible. All right, it's John 15, verse 4. And Jesus is speaking in there. If you have Jesus in you, like a God, full man and full God in you, why are you afraid of changing your life? Why are you afraid of asking your manager for a promotion? Jesus is in you. Why are you afraid, man? Why? Okay. So that is how I changed my life. I found Jesus in me. But then when I looked inwards, I saw many trash. I saw many things that I was doing wrong. And Jesus helped me flip the tables in my temple. Right? Literally, like he helped me see the wrong things that I was doing, repent, and change my life. Okay, questions. Let me know in the comment section below where you are from. Comment below where you are from. Who here is still here, listening? So that is the first one habit. Who here is still listening? First habit is spending time with yourself. And it is the hardest one because you think other things are important than you. But let me tell you, you are important. Actually, more important than many things. You need to be able to see how important you are in the process of having success. All right, so number 2, when you start taking action towards a goal, being healthy, for example, being healthy to be able to move, to be able to serve, there are many things that you need to do that you haven't done before. And this is very scary for many people. Who here is, who here are curious about AI, but you're not using it? Who here is curious about online businesses, but you're not doing it? Who here is curious about opportunities that will elevate your life, but you're not doing it because you're afraid of changing habits, changing lifestyle, or learning new things because you're afraid of failing? All right, I know that. I've been there. All right, I was afraid to change my life. I was afraid to quit my job because when I saw that I carry power in me, so actually no, before that, I paused. Remember, the first thing that happened to me that changed my life was injury that led me to stillness, to quietness, not busy. Not being busy enabled me to think, why is my life like this? Where do I want to go? I asked myself real questions. All right, real questions that pulled out of me real answers that scared me. Okay, answers from my CEO, from myself, from my CEO, from my director of my life. All right. And I said, okay, I want to change my life. But there were many things I could see, but I was afraid of stepping into those doors. I felt not enough. I felt that I needed certifications to become someone. I felt that, who am I? Who am I to start a business online? I didn't study business. I'm a lab tech. I'm a clinical laboratory technician who ended up working in hospitality in Germany. Who am I? Right? So just like you, I also experience fear, right? Changing life, changing how you live life. But that is habit number 2, learning new things. Of highly successful people is important, learning new things. So when I opted to step into one of those opportunities, being bold because I found Jesus in me, I said, if Jesus is in me, why am I afraid to change my life? So let's go. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. There was a point in my life that some people are teaching me how to do life differently. But there was a wall. You know what the wall was? The wall was pride. That's why pride. That's why even this angel, how is it called? Lucifer. You know, because of pride, he was kicked out from heaven. So I had pride too. So a grandma was teaching me how to TikTok because it was something that was needed for my business. A grandma was teaching me how to create content, how to build funnels. And that was something that I already did in the past. I was like, what is this grandma teaching me? I know better, I know more. I was not humble at all. I know. And I had pride. So I tried things on my own. So I saw the instruction, but instead of doing step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, I did step 1, step 2, and I skipped to step 10, for example. All right, I was impatient. All the contrary of the fruits of the Holy Spirit. I had pride. I was not patient. I was not gentle. I was, bad. So I tried many things on my own using what I knew, but nothing worked. Nothing worked. I said, I wasted my money in this course. I wasted my money in this program. So I ended up going back to the grandma, to my mentor, and say, how does it work? With my hands like this. What did you do? So God showed me about my pride. Broke it, and humbled myself down to learn new things. It was important, all right? It is something that I needed to learn to do, all right? It is one of those things that stopped me from learning. So number 2 habit is learning from someone else who know more than you. You could learn from books, you could learn from courses, you could learn from other people who is doing a similar thing that you want to achieve in life. Right? Hi, Yasiro. Yes, Vero. Cindy, thank you so much for following. Where are you from? Mayelin, everyone, I want you to say hi. I'm not AI. Declare your presence. Declare your presence. Say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Greetings from blank country. So I am here in Amsterdam. Nice to meet you, everyone. I'm a spirit-led guide coach. I help people break free from survival mode situations when they're stuck, when they are not finding the value in them. That's when I help. I see you, a wonderfully and beautifully made creature. How cannot you see your value? No, I don't say that to my client. I see that to them. I see that to every person, but they don't see it. So I help them. Instead of looking outwards, I help them look inwards. Comment below, where are you from? Let me know in the comments below where you are watching this live. All right. Hello, Cindy. Edwin is here. Lady Dreamers. I like that name, Lady Dreamer. Hello, Lady Dreamer. Fede, Leonardo, Mahonri, Misael. You know what, Misael? I know a person who named like you, and he was the first person I've got to know with the name Misael. Guido, Eduardo, Salvatore. All right, let me just give some time to greet people who are here. Lynn, Catherine, Tiago, Checo, Somying, Apo, Diana, hola, hola, Yurthe, Path, Magali, Dakali, wow, Magali, Dakali, Safe, Seshk, Clayton, Soratino, Joseph, Pauline Sherman, hi, Sergio, Alec, and Hong Song. Palomitas de caramelo, I'm Brazilian. Bon dia. Hi, Lady B. You're here. Thank you for being here, Lady B. Lady B is OG in my lives. Nice to see you. Lady B, I'm creating vision board. I don't know if you just got here. And I'm talking about 5 habits that highly successful people do. So number 1 was very important. Spending time with themselves. All right, spending time with yourself. You communicate with the CEO of your life. Not ignoring the CEO of your life. Not ignoring the director of your life. Important. Very important person. Okay, number 2, learning. The habit of learning new things. If you don't like learning, it is something that is useful for you. All right, it is something that everyone should do. How to start learning new things? Start with something small. For example, learn how to use new tools. For example, learn how to use this one. All right, learn how to use this magnetic thing. And you're learning. Collect evidence that you can learn things. Because let me tell you, you're learning all the time, but your mind tells you that you don't like learning, but actually you are learning all the time, right? So for people who are struggling with learning or thinking that they can learn something else, they cannot learn something else, collect evidence that you have learned things. You have learned how to talk, you have learned how to walk, you have learned how to eat properly without messing your mouth, you have learned the alphabet, right? In your language, you have learned how to read. You're a learner, all right? Why am I creating this? I am helping you understand that you are, as a person, is a learner. And it's something that is natural for you, right? It is something that you already did, and you can do it again if you want to level up your life. Right? That is what we did there. What we're doing is collect evidences that you have done already. One thing that you avoid, all right? And you can do it again because you have power. You can decide that I'm going to learn about this and level up my life. All right? So collect evidences of you being a learner. All right? So learning new things is part of growth. And growth looks like this. It doesn't look like this, all right? If growth looks like this to you, and maybe it's decaying, it's rotting, it's transformation, but leading closer to the grave. Leading closer to the grave. So there is success. So let me tell you about 2 transformations that I have understood from God. There is one transformation that helps you live, and helps you live in a purposeful way. It's living life, having life in full here on earth. I know we have life in full, you know, when we enter the kingdom of God, that day when we are in the golden age. But there is another transformation that is not connected to God, but it's rotting. It was my life before. All right. So let me talk about the one that is rotting first, because it's what I have lived. rotting life, a transformation, it's still a transformation. It's similar to this. You guys see me really cute, right? Really cute, but this girl will also rot. This world has that tendency to go towards that transformation. Everything here is temporary. All right, let me see. I don't have a banana today, but imagine a banana, fresh, cut from the tree. So beautiful, so yellow. What other adjectives I could use to define a beautiful looking banana? But it looks fresh, appetizing to the eyes. But that banana is not connected to the tree. So if you leave it there without purpose, without eating it, without transforming it, all right, it will rot. It will turn to a brown banana, right? And one day it will have mold, it will have worms. Worms. Okay, so the transformation is downwards. But if you decide to turn that banana into a banana cake, you eat the cake, it gives you energy, so the energy of the banana transforms. It's like a never-ending transformation because you use the energy to do other things, the energy is on the other material. It's a transformation of energy. Okay, you gave it purpose, right? But let's connect that banana again to the tree. A banana not connected to a source, rot, especially without purpose, right? That's the first transformation. No purpose, lost in life, rotting. That was my life. Despite having everything here on earth, I had a cool life. People around me, if you knew me back then, you would clap. Like, wow, Joanne, you have achieved many things in life. You're living in a beautiful apartment in Germany. You have beautiful shoes. You have beautiful coats. All right, you would be also proud of me, just like many people around me. But despite having everything, I was purposeless, and therefore, I felt like everything that I've done was exhausting. So I was exhausted. After work, you would feel like you don't have time, you would just sleep, you would just scroll mindlessly on social media. Rot. There is even this word that they say and use. It's called brain rot. Like, why would you want that in your life? But anyways, I was brain rotting as well. So I connected myself to a source. So the banana back to the tree. All right. Imagine the banana back to a tree. That banana will continue maturing. I like the word maturing. So my mind transformed. How I thought has changed. I see life differently. I connected myself to the source. There is a maturing of the mind that happens. Okay. And then that banana can produce more fruits. Right? When it's planted, I know a banana doesn't have seeds nowadays, but imagine another fruit connected to a source. The seeds get the proper nutrients, and then one day it will be planted with purpose. All right, and that fruit will multiply. Okay, so I connected myself to that source, and I felt purposeful, alive, excited about life. And my life looks like this. Shoo, despite not having everything that I had in the past. So I let go of dependencies. I let go of my need to chase things outside me because I have found happiness and love within me. Connected to the source. I call it Father. I call it God. Some people call it the higher power, infinite intelligence, but please do not call it universe. Do not call it universe. No, no. All right, the universe is a creation. A creation. Did I call it right? So there's a transformation like this. All right, and as I said, I want to go to heaven where my soul lasts. My soul is happy. My soul is where that long-lasting happiness lives. So remember, I had everything in my past life. My body was happy. My physical needs was happy. So were fulfilled. I had everything. My body was looking good. I had shoes, I had books, I had things. But my soul was dying. My soul was, all right. So luckily, I connected myself to that source. God saved me and led me to a transforming life, a different life, totally different life. Okay. Good morning, Edgar Rod. Appreciate you for saying good morning. Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much for declaring your presence. It's beautiful to see humans like you. Greetings. May mercy, grace, and love be multiplied upon you, beloved of my Father. I said, I greet you in the mighty name of Jesus. Hi, Jorge. You see? Oh, Jorge is human too. And Palomitas de Caramelo was human too. Lady B is here. I'm happy. All right. So number 2 is learning, because you need to equip yourself to prepare yourself to climb. Learning is you preparing yourself to climb the mountain, getting the resources that you need to strategize, to plan, to design. All right. So I went back to that mentor that taught me how to do storytelling, that taught me how to use TikTok, that taught me how to use social media platforms to share my message that I have found God. Just kidding. That I have a service that makes me happy and also makes people happy. All right. So learning is number 2. So as I said before, if you're struggling to learn, there's a solution. Find evidences that you have learned. You have learned. And you want to make that dream and goal happen, right? So, you have done learning in the past, you can do it again. You're a beautiful and wonderfully created creature. You are powerful. That's the beautiful thing about humans. We can learn, we can improve our mind, we can improve our bodies, make it stronger, and keep on moving, keep on creating. Life, in essence, is expressing yourself, creating. All right. Hola from Cusco, Peru. Hola, Castelló. Saludos. Jorge. Lenin, thank you for following. Jose, Carlos, Untiveros, everyone who's following me. I want engaging people. I want you engaging in my videos. All right. I don't just want likes. Everyone who's following me, thinking that I'm an English teacher. I'm not an English teacher. Okay, unfollow me right now. You guys, I don't like fast followers. I talk about God. I talk about dreams. I talk about visions, making things happen. So if that is something that is resonating to you, please follow me. But don't follow me for other reasons. Especially, I don't know. You can do what you want. But I can later afterwards see things. All right. So our vision board, so my vision board. I want health. I shared step 1, spend time with yourself, and habit number 2 is learning. Habit number 3, all right, is not forgetting where you're going. Habit number 3 is not forgetting where you're going. Not forgetting, you guys, okay? Not forgetting. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget where you're going. If you want to be healthy, always remember why you're doing things. Does it keep you healthy? Is even in that relationship makes you healthy? Is what you're eating keeping you healthy? This is so much, all right? Having a goal in mind, a direction, a vision helps you with boundaries, right? If a person comes into you in your life and tell you, oh, let us drink till the morning, you know, let us drink, let us eat a lot of palomitas de caramelo, let us drink and, you know, and you want to be healthy. There's a contradiction there. You want to eat fat? You want to chicharron? Right, you guys, I love these food. It's just that you now know what to do to drink little, to eat less chicharron, to eat less fat, to eat less things, all right? Because you have this goal in mind, all right? So remembering things, remembering where you're going helps you with boundaries. Helps you say no, helps you define your plan, all right? So this is important. So how do you remember things? Tips and tricks from myself. So you write things down, you create a vision board, you can do that. Also, you can create a screensaver on your phone, what you need to do, and every single week, plan. Remember what you need to, where you're going to go every single week. And every morning, I don't have it, where is it? Every morning, just like when you greet your CEO in your work, greet yourself. Hello. Some people just wash their face and then go directly to meet another CEO to build a better life for the other CEO. But you, why don't you greet yourself in the morning? All right, so I do that in the morning while I'm washing my face, while I'm putting my cream. You know, I'm a lady. I say to myself, Joanne, today you're going to be kind. Joanne, today you're anointed to guide. Joanne, today you're anointed to speak life on other people's life. Joanne, today you're going to be gentle. Joanne, today you're carrying joy, love, kindness, patience, self-control. Joanne, today you want to be that person who you want to be. Okay. You remember yourself. Some people, it would be maybe beneficial for you to write a mission statement. How do you want to be? How does that higher version of you act? Okay, my version of me, I already achieved this. This is old one. This is an old one. I wrote this 2020 during COVID. And I already have this. All right, so just here, for example, I always believe in myself, and I believe in myself. The shyness in me is gone. The non-confident Joanne is gone. So I believe in myself. I am focused on creating the best version of me, learning. The best version of me and my future is still ongoing, but I am there. I respect myself. I respect myself. I do. I live my own definitions of success. Yes, God helped me see the most beautiful things in life. It's not about the material things, all right? So I have my own version of success. How about you? I welcome each life experiences. I welcome each life experience as an opportunity to learn and grow. If you want this mission statement because you don't want to write things down and these sounds good for you, you can DM me and I will send it to you. Okay? You can DM me or add me on Instagram. My links are in Instagram. But I can send this to you and recite this every morning. Joanne, I am disciplined. Joanne, you are disciplined. CEO of my life, you need to be disciplined. What does discipline look like to you? You're eating well, you're taking care of yourself, you're not sleeping late. Okay, I'm still doing that wrong. All right, I still sleep late because I'm so passionate about what I'm doing, but I do need to sleep better. I have all qualities in life. I have all the qualities I need to be successful at anything I set my mind to. So, even though I don't see many times the value that I carry, all right, I know I have it. I have faith. I have trust that God gave me something to win in this life. How about you? All right, let me tell you, God has given you not just one thing, but many things to win in this life. And I want you seeing it, all right, at least having that faith that you know you have them. It's just a matter of discovering things by trying new things, taking action with faith. All right, so to remember, I have these things. To remember, I talk myself in front of the mirror while I'm putting on makeup, while I'm putting my cream. Joanne, today you're going to be kind. Joanne, today you're anointed to do these things. Joanne, today you are this because you want to be that. Don't rush your self-care in the morning. It's you greeting yourself. I don't know what's the self-care for men, right? Washing their face, maybe drinking their coffee. You say to yourself, bro, I don't know. Man, all right. Father of this family or brother of, you're going to be this for your family. You're going to be that for your family. Today, even though some people challenges you, you're going to choose love. So you can do this while you're drinking your coffee. Don't think about the problems the first thing in the morning because you give them more importance than your own life. Okay, think about your capabilities, yourself, and your important goals, and then the problems. You see, some people really prioritize the problem first, and then they keep on living in survival mode. Speak to yourself, to the CEO of your life, see what you have in the morning, and then use it to solve the problems. Okay, so number 3 is not forgetting. Not forgetting. You can use journals, you can use mission statement, include remembering every morning in your skincare routine while you look at the mirror. What else? Screensaver, the picture of your phone. Calendars, reminders, alarms. If you need to remind yourself to breathe, please put an alarm in your phone. Breathe. Take a time, 2 minutes to breathe deeply, to feel yourself. You're safe. You're protected by angels, surrounded by favor, and guided by the Spirit. You're safe. All right? Remember. Okay, let me show you something. Let me show you something that makes me laugh every time I see it. But this is human too. Let me show you something. Let me see. Good morning, 10:10 new. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So today we are doing vision board, but actually I'm more talking than creating vision board. Oh man. Actually, you need to do the vision board. But before that, let me share you this video. It just makes me smile anytime I see it. How imperfect we can be. Let me see videos. Videos. I should add it in my favorites. Let me just find it. Do you have any questions about staying still or spending time with yourself, learning, or not forgetting? Not forgetting is important because we are humans. We tend to forget. We tend to be distracted. You see a beautiful Korean actor and like, oh, you're drooling. You see drama in life and you forgot your dreams. Right? Social media distracts us a lot as well. So it's not actually helpful. This one, I should add this in my favorites. All right. So in the Bible, God calls us lambs or, sheep. We are this when we are failing or we are sinning. All right. God saves us, or someone that cares for us saves us. All right. So help me. I am stuck. I don't know what to do with my life. And then and it falls again into that pit. I'm like, how can God love us like this? And just so patient and helping us all the time. Anyways, addictions take you away from where you go. Edgar, this is a very important battle, but let me tell you, you shouldn't do it all by yourself. Do it with God. Like, tell God, be honest with God. God, if you're this person or your friend, maybe a friend of yours have addiction, say, God, I have this. I am honest with this. I don't want to live my life like this. Please help me. And God will send you people, resources to help you change your life. You don't do it all by yourself, Edgar. You don't do it by yourself. Me changing my life, I didn't do it by myself. If I have done it by myself, I would have gone back. The most beautiful thing that God creates in us is that He gives us multi-dimensional wisdom, knowledge. Knowledge that is not just engraved in one's mind, like when you read something. No, it is engraved in your heart, in your experiences, in your flesh, and in your feelings. It's multi-dimensional. So it's not just mind, body, soul, spirit. It's everything that happened to you. So that you don't go back to the addiction. He gives you inputs, lessons that happened already to you. And once you ask, God, help me, He will give you this slowly but surely, so that you don't go back in life. Maybe you experience suddenly something that breaks your heart, and you understand how it is related to addiction. So it's feelings, emotion, and mind all together. But then another thing happens. You see a reward that is after addiction, and God implements it to you in a way that, again, it is mind, body, soul, feelings, and everything all connected. And you see, wow, why haven't I seen it before? It's like an aha moment of wisdom that once God give it to you, you are sure that you're not going to go back. I have experienced it myself. That's why you don't do it all by yourself. And once you experience it, like how God pulls the things from the past, present, and future, right? He used the lessons from the past to give you tools in the present so that you can create a future that is more healthier for you. Like, God is so cool. But it's something that only He can do. Like, He can transform your heart. That's why I tell you, the very first thing I tell you, don't do it by yourself. Because if you do it by yourself, you will see maybe a progress, but then you go back. You see a progress, but then you go back. The old version of you pulls you back. Right? There's that need of aha moment that you're sure you're not going to go back there, to that pit. Okay? Yeah. I know my answer was complicated, but I know that what I tell you is the truth. Like, only God can help you change that. Feel. Addictions take you away. So the very first thing is being honest. Seeing that you have addiction, seeing that you have these weaknesses, and being honest in you want to change, and surrendering it to God. Like, God, I truly don't want to live this life. Help me. Find the power within me. And then maybe God does the same thing to you. He tells you, you are, so I am in you. Go for it. Don't be afraid. You're not alone. Right? Your story will be different, or that person who is in addiction is going to be different. But you see here, there is no forcing. There is always that free will. That's why I tell you, be honest with it, because there should be a willingness for you to change something. There's the free will. Like, even though you see your life rotting because of some coping mechanisms, addictions, you may say, I want to change my life, but there is no willingness, or maybe your mind is willing, but your heart is not. then it's a battle. And that battle, most of the times you lose because you don't do it with God. You don't do it with a higher power. Okay. Yes. All right, so number 4. So we have done spending time with the CEO of your life, which is you. Silent moment, learning new things is a habit that you can do. Yes, don't say. So this is number 4. 4 habit. Use your words to breathe life into your life. All right, to bring life into your life. Use your words to build, to encourage, to empower. Your words, correct your words. The habit is speaking, but to build, not to destroy. So what I'm saying before, if you say to yourself, I'm not a learner, I don't want learning new things, all right, you're diminishing yourself. You are a power of a house of power. Like, you are capable of doing many things, so much, all right? Now, when you say limiting things against you, then of course you believe it and you end up not taking action. So number 4 is using your words to build. The habit of speaking well, speaking good about yourself. The habit of empowering yourself to be that voice that lead your life, not destroy your life. Your words is something that you already have. Your words can build or destroy, but please choose to build. Destroy the spirit that people carry that are bad, that you know that is leading them to rotting, the transformation that we have talked before. And your words have power. If I give you the context of, like, in the Bible, when Jesus was in the wilderness being tempted by the devil in that place, you know, the enemy was attacking with words the identity of Jesus. If you are the Son of God, all right? And then Jesus cancels it with words. So you can imagine Harry Potter versus Voldemort with magic wands, but they don't have magic wands. They have words. And you have that power too. Right? But don't do witchcraft, you guys. That is sin. That is killing you. Don't do witchcraft. We don't do witchcraft. Thank you so much, Mao, for sharing the live. Appreciate you. Okay. Your words carry so much power. So if you want to build a life that is good for your heart, you will want to use your words to do it. All right. Exercising is hard. Sitting still is hard. Say with your words, I can do this. I can make the transformation, the change that I need to level up my life. Every plan of the enemy is canceled. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am covered by the blood of Jesus. Evil has no place in my life. All right, you guys, speak good things about your life. God has surrounded me with favor. He has put angels around me. Like, speak, but good things, all right, to feel safe in your own vessel. So that you feel safe to move, you know. When you feel safe, you can move, you can take space, you can talk, you can express yourself freely. All right? Your words can make you feel safe. It is one of the first voices that you hear when you arrive here on earth. Do you remember? I don't think you remember when you arrived here on earth. You popped out of your mom and then right? And you shout so loud. All right? And that's the voice that you hear. So when you use your voice to diminish yourself, to destroy your power, of course you believe it. And you say, I'm ugly, I'm not capable. Right? You see how I changed my voice to make myself small? Because I don't want to believe that is not my voice. Right? You believe your voice. It's one of the voices that you believe most in life, so use it properly. Be good to yourself. And why do you want that again? Because you build your life. You design your life. If you use you to shoot yourself on your foot, right, of course the enemy is winning. He wants you destroyed. He wants to steal your future, your potential, your power. He wants to kill you slowly. And of course, it's going to manipulate your mind, allowing you to think that you're not capable, that you're small, that you're powerless, that you're not enough. I am victim of that too, but we're not going to put ourselves in a victim mentality. We overcame that. We walk in victory. Nothing shall harm us. I'm learning. These things I used to not do. All right, the version of me in the past is so different. So different. Thank God for the change. Thank goodness for the change. All right. Okay, so that was the fourth habit. Use your words properly to build, to love, to share, to empower. All right, and use it to bring life to your life, not to kill your life. If you see how Jesus and the devil uses words to fight, like to have this battle, all right, you have weapon. You have weapon. So I want you to later Google how to use my weapon, how to use my voice to rewire my mind, how to use my voice to build a future, how to use my voice to feel confident, because there are studies out there. I don't have to be the smart one to do the researches. You have information how you can use your voice to change your life. Okay, number 5, the last one. So unfortunately, I didn't do my vision board, but I will do it after this live. Or maybe I do it. Mao says, thank you. You're welcome. Let me see. Do you have any questions? Before we move forward, do you have any questions? What out of these 4 that I have mentioned, spending time with yourself, sitting quiet in stillness with no music, with no Spotify, with no Korean drama playing in the background, with no noise, right? With no drama, all right? Learning, not forgetting, not forgetting, and using your words. Which one do you find the hardest to do? Comment below. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Comment. What is the hardest thing for you to do in your life right now? Hi, Elena. Elena, nice to see you here. Thank you so much. Caro, you're in the right place. Caro, I have a guide for stillness, to accept stillness in your life. I know it. It's a struggle for many. Sitting still. Mo, you're in the right place. Nice to be here. So Elena and me, we created a safe space yesterday, and we allowed ourselves to flow in stillness. All right, coaching, what coaching does is that, so me as a coach, I allow people to just unfold themselves, find their answers in their own ways, because the answers are in you. But the thing is, many people struggle to sit still, sitting still. I know this because our body, this is what is happening. Our body is so accustomed to rush. It's what's familiar. It's accustomed to noise. It's accustomed to drama. Now I understand why I watch Korean dramas in my stillness, in my quiet moments with myself, because I craved drama. I craved the gossip of the Korean drama. All right, and when it manifested in my life, I had relationships that are dramatic. I'm like, this is what you receive with your eyes, and then this is what happens in your life. Okay, so stillness is important, and I know it's really hard. I have a guide for stillness for everyone who's struggling with this. All right, Elena is finding hard to find alignment. All right, I think to find alignment, someone who feels purposeful. Of course, this is my own experience in my own life. It started with stillness. Started with stillness and allowing you to understand what happened in the past. So imagine yourself. Who here works in laboratories? Or you do calibrations of things. When we test, we normally do the test 3 times to get like an average result, right? So 3 times means that you can expect what will happen in the future if you calculate a line with these three dots, right? With the 3 results. So test 1, test 2, test 3. Imagine this test as past, 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 present, 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 all right? And then you want to calculate future. There's a tendency. All right, so when you sit in stillness, you actually understand what happened in the past, a dot. This is what Elena mentioned yesterday, connecting dots, right? Yes, we're connecting dots so that you can understand that whatever happened in the past has a meaning, but only you see this once you dedicate yourself to talk to yourself, to analyze things that is happening in you. So stillness is crucial, the first step. All right, but just understand that you're struggling because your body may be addicted to noise, to drama, to the rush. All right, and stillness is unfamiliar. And let me tell you, not just that, stillness reveals you what you fear. All right, and many people escape this, but that's the battle. So imagine if you go to stillness, put your helmet on, put your helmet on, and ready to battle, ready for a tidal wave. That scared me. All right, that scared me. But be prepared to receive a tidal wave of many emotions. And how do I counter this when I'm overwhelmed by my own CEO of life, which is me? I get a paper and pen. Pen and paper, all right? And I throw up everything that is my CEO giving me. I write everything down. I write everything down in no order, no handwriting that is beautiful, nothing, no order at all. Everything that flows, I write it down with no order. And then later afterwards, when my CEO is calm, you will feel this. So that's why you need to hold strong and still to receive, because you will see later that your hand will stop writing. It's over. The throwing up of emotions and thoughts is done. And you will see maybe you have filled 4 pages already. 4 pages of just thoughts and worries and fears. All right, so when your CEO is calm, now you can let out your analytical friend, which is also you, and say, what is this is trash, what is this is important, and what is not important. Like, what is trash, what is not important, what can I do later? And this is when you prioritize. There are many strategies to prioritize what to do first in your week, in your day, what is more important. That's another thing. But the most important thing that we do in stillness is to hold strong, but let out everything that we are carrying. This is where we empty our cup to analyze. Okay? Hopefully you see the value in this. Sitting in stillness allowed me to find longer happiness, like long-term happiness, purpose, a source, to be able to listen to myself and to listen to my real commander, to listen to my real boss, which is God. Because you cannot obey if you can't listen. All right, but that's another step. First, sit still, throw up. I know it sounds really horrible, but and then analyze, and then listen. That's when you listen. That's why, as I say, you need to book time for yourself. This can take 2 hours, 1 hour. The first sitting, maybe even tears comes out. I cried in my quietness, because everything was so overwhelming. I had fears that I didn't want to face, but I needed to face it. I was done of escaping myself. I was done. I didn't want to escape me anymore. I needed to find a use for myself, because if I hadn't found a purpose for myself, I may have maybe skipped life. All right, not too dramatic, you guys. but just imagine the desperation that I had. Okay, and I was Googling power and Google. The desperation was there. So that happens when you're tired of your life, you don't really like where you are, and you know you want more in life. You're disgusted by your situation. That happened to me. You want to change your life, you want meaning, you want more, but you don't know how. And this is when you sit. And this still happens to me. When I feel like I am doing many things at times, so for example right now, but right now I'm flowing, I brain dump. So for example, I have to do content, I have to schedule a meeting, I have to create a newsletter, many things. I have to call mom, I have to call these people. And I don't know where to start, all right? I feel paralyzed, like I know I have to do a lot of things, but I don't know where to start. I know it, I feel it, because I have dedicated time to learn my body. And my tool to counter that is pen and paper. Now, this is part of you getting to know yourself, because you are getting to know a weapon, like you're getting to know how to use a sword. You are a sword. You're a weapon. You are so useful. You have potential. You can build, you can create, you can do many things. But if you don't know how to use that sword will lay down rusting, purposeless, just like the banana on the table without turning it into a cake. Yeah. Your words are hitting me in the heart, not the head. That's so nice. Well, thank you for that. And Lena says, Caro, appreciate you. Jose Eduardo, thank you so much. Okay, so that is my tip for you if you're struggling with stillness. As I said, I have a guide for this, and join our community. All right, if you're a woman, all right, for now I have a community for women for the sake of saving time and energy. Yeah, for now we have women inside the community. And if you are a man, all right, I don't avoid man, it's just that from my own experiences, and you want to be able to be comfortable in stillness, DM me. I will also help you. All right, so women who are interested in being surrounded by like-minded people who wants to be better financially, to be closer to God. All right, so many women wants to be closer to God inside the community. They want to learn how to pray, because praying happens in stillness too, right? Many times, but you can pray while you are doing things, right? You pray actually when you are living. I think praying is something that you do all the time. All right, it should be done all the time, but not, you know, just always remembering God in the process of everything. But anyways, that community is for free. I am not selling anything inside the community. It's just a place for me to serve. It's a place for me that if a person, a woman, comments about, I have struggled with my husband, I don't know what to do with my self-confidence, I feel small, I feel I cannot decide about a job, then I am there to serve. It's a place for me to go and what should we do? What can we do for these ladies today? Right? You can talk about dreams. You know, I have dreamed about a pineapple. What does it mean? Right? After believing in God, I understood myself more. And part of me getting to know myself is getting to know my dreams. So I have understood some things in my dreams. I'm not an interpreter or anything like that. But it's just nice to have a place where you can comment about dreams and beliefs, and then we can gather there and think and brainstorm to just talk about it. Jorge, I don't know what you're saying. All right, let me see. All right, do you have any other questions about the community? I've shared it. For my services as a coach, please DM me. All right, we can book like 5 sessions if you want to complete a project. For example, you want to create a service or a product. I think 5 or 6 sessions of coaching will be enough for you to have like a structure for a product. Right? That is what I did today. I was coached. So this time I was a coachee, but I used my coaching time, so being a coachee, to define a product. All right, so my coach helped me find the answers in me so that I can create a product or a service outside me. All right, so I do that for other people. So I also need a coach because, as I said, I don't see myself as well. But I know I have the answers in me. I did that. So DM me for my services as a coach. And if you have any questions about God, about creating your dreams and goals, your vision happen, just let me know. Monse from Ecuador. So we talked about 5 habits of highly successful people. All right. 5 habits of people who are successful in their life, in their own definition. And I was also going to create my vision board, but I don't have the time anymore. Yeah. Let me see. Monse, you came late, so I'm already finishing. But nice to see that you're here and you asked. Thank you for letting me know that you're here. Thank you for your presence. Okay. All right, everyone. I am leaving. I will create my vision board. All right, everyone can leave now. If you need to do things, you can leave now. The 5 habits are done. Now I think I'm just going to allow the live to unfold. If you have questions and you want to keep me talking, put your questions in the comments below. But I will then now focus on creating the vision board because I kind of need to do it. Thank you so much, Elena. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day as well. Caro, thank you so much for being here, for listening, and for allowing my words to, just enter your heart. Thank you so much. All right, so I will leave this live ongoing while I am focusing on creating vision board. Okay? If you have questions, just let me know. Everyone, for those who are procrastinating, leave. Make your life. I don't. This is me. For those I need to do it gentler. But if you're procrastinating right now, do something. Spend time with yourself and think. All right. I will just sit here quiet. If you have questions, I'm here. But I want you doing your life. You shouldn't be here if you want more in life. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have questions for me, then ask. But if you're just going to watch, I say, I'm not here for watch. I want you to ask. I want you to find answers. But if you're procrastinating, leave. Eat something green with fiber. Tell your family you love them. Call your mom, call your dad, call your sister. Many things important in life. Go exercise. All right, everyone. I'm going to focus on the vision board. So we have said healthy. Now I want to have this. I want to be flexible even in my 40s. Even in my 40s. So I want to be flexible. Mobility. Do I see that? This vision board kit is available in my community. So go to my Instagram, and then in my Instagram you will find the link for my community. But if you're interested in the community, DM me, I will send you the link. So these are already chosen images for women. All right, many things here are lady images for women. Hey guys, men can do vision boards too. Why not? Why not? Right? Who tells you that just women do vision board? I want my men as well creating their vision board. I want them knowing where they're going. I don't want a man who is lost and just trying to make their physical needs accomplished. I want a man who knows where they're going. Okay. Homework. Okay. You like exercising? Monse, share me with your exercises. For example, today I did legs. Today was glute focus. Glute focus. Yeah, what kind of exercises do you do? Do you run? Do you go to a gym? Hi Donnie, you have to visualize to realize. Yes, there's even a better quote. It says, you become what you behold. Right, so I want to behold beautiful things so that I become a beautiful thing. All right, so from this image, I don't want anything else. So there is a woman eating healthy food, right? And then there's a woman stretching. So I want to keep my flexibility healthy. So that is done. You become what you behold. So if you are currently, so many people here, if you're watching this, see your feed on Instagram. Analyze your Instagram and don't think of it as if it's normal, all right? I want you to zoom out. When you're looking at your Instagram or your TikTok feed, zoom out. Is what you're seeing healthy for you? All right, some people may encounter people eating fruits, eating vegetables, then yes, right? Or exercising, all right? Or your feed is filled with men who don't have clothes, or women who don't have clothes, or games, or there's nothing wrong with games, but you know, if it's too much, it's taking your time a lot and you're not earning anything from it, I would consider you think about it. All right, I want you to zoom out and analyze your your feed right now. So maybe you are in my feed. I popped in your life because you're interested in God, or God is calling you. Work for me. All right, so something about location freedom calls my attention. So as I said, I feel like I don't belong on earth, so I can be comfortable on earth, but I want to go in heaven. If I am called to go to Peru, I will go to Peru. If I am called to go to Moscow, I'll go to Moscow. I want to have location freedom. So location freedom it is. I don't know why people want to do this in the plane. I don't want to do it in the plane. All right. Working in the plane is, well, it could be cool, but not for me. It's like, don't you have time to work? Yeah, this is just interesting. As I said, I created this kit, this thing for every woman, for everyone out there. So of course it's not going to be what I want. It's going to be what everyone wants. And I find it curious to find people who likes working in planes. Like they feel like it's cool. But to be honest, same with working in beaches, you know, when you with your laptop on the beach is the worst thing you can do. Because the sun is there, but the sun is there, the sand is there, you can go to your laptop and then buy a laptop. It's not realistic, I would say. But I like reading on the beach. So for example, I have one. I like drinks. So I would use, not with alcohol though. just something fresh near the beach while reading the book. So I want to read more this year. Read more with good drinks. Yeah, that sounds good. So before I did this vision board, before I filmed or before I went live, before I prayed, God, please let me know what you're inviting me to do in this season of my life. I am in a new country. I am living my life differently. So what's next? These desires, this vision board are my desires, but I know it's your will, not my will. So even if I create this vision board, these are my desires, but I know that if it's your will, you're going to make it happen. I am doing it just to surrender my desires to God, but I know it's His will, not my will. So at least we have like, God, I want this. And if you agree for me to have this, dear Father, I'll be happy. But if not, I'm also happy. Hopefully that makes sense. It's God's will, not my will. Yes, I agree. Do you believe the word of God? Yes, I do believe, Richard. It has to be wholesome. It has to be wholesome. To be honest with you, Richard, the one who saved me is Jesus Christ. There are many people who ask me, why don't you follow the Indian gods? Or why don't you follow Islam? Or why don't you follow the Buddhists' God? I don't know if there's a God in Buddhist, to be honest. But why do you follow Jesus? Because even if I was not surrounded by religious people, I was living in sin. I was surrounded by people who just really worked hard. You know, they really want to survive life. I was not going to church. When I looked on Google for power because of my desperation, it was Jesus who told me, if you abide in me, I in you. And why do I know that it is Jesus? Because it was the red text. And I didn't understand what was the meaning of red text back then. So it was not God. It was not, so I mean, Jesus is you know, human version of God, but it was the red text. That's why I follow Jesus. I'm a follower of Jesus because it was the red text who tells me that I have power in me. Like there is something more powerful than me inside me. So I got curious and I went deeper in myself to understand myself and about Jesus. All right, so that is always my answer. It was Jesus who saved me. And getting to know more Jesus allowed me to discover the Holy Spirit and God. Because I didn't know Jesus. I didn't know Him a lot. I just knew that we celebrated Christmas because of Him, that He was crucified on the cross, but the reasons for it, and I was born in a Catholic family. So I was a person who went through baptism when I was a baby, even catechism, but to be honest with you, I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything about it. So, and I was not following going to church. As I said, disconnected from God completely. Up until one day I needed help the most. No friends were there. No family were there. I was alone in my apartment. I was not in a church. I Googled power in you. And the red text appeared. There were other quotes that appeared. You know, quotes from Tony Robbins, Unleash. Quotes from songs, Power in Love, or something like that. But they didn't connect to me. They didn't give me the aha moment. What gave me the aha moment is that moment when I said, Jesus is in me? And that hooked me. hooked me to get to know who is Jesus. Like, why is the red text even exist? Why is this text in red? Who is speaking in this verse? My curiosity flowed. And I found Jesus. So that's why I believe in Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and God, and the whole story. I do, Mao. Yes. I am. So I actually, when I didn't believe in God, this is a real thing. As I said, I didn't believe in God. So I got myself out of the registry from being a Catholic. So right now, I am not registered as a Catholic. But I was born in a Catholic family. Isn't that amazing? So as I tell you, I was so disconnected from God. I was sinning. Many things I did. Even got myself out of the religious groups, even deleting my name from being a Catholic. Because in Germany, I lived in Germany, you pay tax if you are Catholic. You donate directly to the church. Yes, and they were taking me, to me. At first I let it because it was like for me donation. But I never understood it to the point that when I was struggling with emptiness, I was carrying emptiness and my bank account was empty. And that donation was getting my money, So I got rid of my Catholic registration because of that. Because I carried emptiness, I multiplied emptiness outside me, just like what states in Genesis 1. You multiply what you carry. Because of desperation, I deleted it. But you guys, I got baptized again last year. With my own will. I chose, and I can say I believe in God, the Father Almighty, His Son, and the Holy Spirit. Mao says, I was Baptist. You multiply smiles. Thank you. You can too. All right? You can multiply love, smiles, joy, whatever it is that you carry. So when people are with me in my coaching, they tell me a lot that I have a calming voice. And that is also why I have many men who follow me. There's a study that says that men are attracted to voices like mine, like slow paced voice, because they are living in constant rush. So, and if it's educational, the better. I read this because men are not my ideal customers. But I stopped to struggle with that. I prayed to God, God, why are you giving me this audience? They are not my customers. And God tells me, you have a story that affects them. You have a message for them. And that message, I will tell another day. Praise God. Yes. So I used to block, or I used to delete followers that I have on TikTok, especially in this account, especially if they are men. Because many men, unfortunately, so we should pray for our men. And please, if you're a man and you see a brother, a man in your family who's struggling with lust, they are constantly wanting to chase a relationship, that is not from God. Okay, the relationship that you should pursue first is with God, and then you understand what a relationship is. When I followed God, and I talked to Him, God, not just about you, about Jesus, I've learned, but actually I've learned more about relationship after following Jesus, after following you, and I understood why my past relationships didn't work. So now, from my own experience, I can tell you, you don't need a boyfriend, you don't need a girlfriend. What you need is a relationship with God. All right, and I used to struggle with it, especially when men are just following because they see something beautiful. And it used to bother me, but as I said, I let go. I let it go to God. God knows my heart. God knows. Yeah, God knows. Awesome. Praise God. Now, God, let me see. It's the blood of Jesus that attracts. I agree. You're calming in general. Calming in general. You speak calmly, and you sound kind and compassionate. Donnie, very well expressed. Thank you so much. All right. So, yeah, what was I saying before this? Oh, so about audience, I don't remember. So I have part of my kit that you can download is this help your parents retire. So this is one of my goals. I want to retire my mom. And we can do that. I retired my dad. Unfortunately, my dad died. He is now in heaven. But I still have my mom. Do you have any questions? So I remember asking about, what are the struggles that you have in those 5 habits that we have mentioned. The first habit is the hardest one, right? So I have shared how to tackle that. It's just really hold strong. If you are struggling with stillness, pray. God, I want to be quiet with myself. Please give me space, or allow me to find a space to listen. To listen. You can pray for those things. You shouldn't just be praying for money. You shouldn't just be praying for survival. You should be praying for. I have it in my other notebook. Leonidas, thank you so much for following. And Mel, thank you so much for the gifts. So this is my old vision board. As you can see, my vision boards are somewhere that I can take them. So I can look at them all the time. So last year, I created this vision board. Right? Many things are starting to unfold. So I haven't acquired many things. So I have this. All right, I have this. I am starting to speak more in public. That is true. So TikTok, I have the CEO future. Like I have a small business, as I said, as a coach. Maybe this one didn't happen. Well, it actually happened with my family, not with friends. Working online, earning money online is happening. The car didn't happen. As I said, it's God's will, not my will. The mission, I found my mission. Not going to settle. That is an ongoing mindset that I have. I'm not a millionaire, but I am rich. I know I'm rich. I know and I believe I am rich. Because as I've told you before, money is the lowest form of wealth. But everything that is above money, that is higher quality, I have it. That's why I tell you, I am rich. I am rich, and I get excited about thinking about it. I used to pray to God, like, God, I want to be wealthy, I want to be rich. And I can say, I am rich. I am wealthy. Thanks to God for allowing me to know what other wealth is out there, what other richness is out there, that I can appreciate it. I am just so happy. It makes me cry. Yes. So I'm not a millionaire financially, but let me tell you, I am rich. Okay, financial freedom is something that I am still working on. All right, my past life left me a debt. My past version of me. Remember the multiplication of emptiness? So yes, I'm struggling, not struggling, I'm still working on my finances. All right. All right. I know this one happened. I stepped into my power. If you know God, you don't have to step into your power, but work with the power. You get an authority. This is something new that I have in my mind. Power. Imagine this. You have a car that is a Jeep, a huge car. A Jeep, which is a powerful car, right? A powerful car. But then you're going through the traffic and there is this policeman who regulates the traffic. If you go against that man, of course, the power of your car will hurt that person, will hurt the person who is doing the authority, right, on the streets. But you decide not to do it even though you are powerful. Because of course the person has authority and the value of that life is valuable. It doesn't have price. So even though you are powerful, that person has authority. Hopefully this is making sense. So you may have power. All right, God has power. God has power in his realm, and here, no, God has power up there, but here we have authority. And to be able to work with God, with our authority, we need to meet somewhere. And that is the temple. That is our home. We need to be in stillness. Hopefully I'm making sense. But this is so cool. I understood that concept yesterday. But it's just amazing for me to understand that even though some people are powerful, there is still authority that they need to respect. You know? So we kind of have to have that relationship with God. So God is overall almighty, powerful, but we have here authority on earth. And he just doesn't force us because of our free will. He is so gentle that we need to meet and do agreements so that he can allow things to happen in your life. And where does that happen? In prayer, in stillness, in relationship with him. It's so cool. But anyways. Let me see. You touch my heart. I am female, so this is not flirting. I'm a straight person, just saying. Thank you, Mao, for letting me know. Thank you so much. All right, so when you see a person's spirit, these are beautiful things to say. All right, the bad experience that I used to have in the past is that people would just comment about my appearance and it would bother me. I was like, I have a whole complete bio, I have lived life, I have gone through life, and that's the only thing you can say about me? I'm like, what are you? And I talked about this to God, but God allows me to understand that really people sometimes, they don't see beyond the spirit. They don't see beyond the flesh. They don't see beyond the physical. So giving my energy to them is a waste of time. It's like they need to go through maturity. Just like when I talked about the banana connected to the tree, a banana connected to the tree will mature and receive the good nutrition from the tree. But if it's not connected to the tree, it just rots. All right, the maturity is not happening. It just rots. So the maturity of one's spirit is something that we also need to do. All right. And everyone, if you want to find a person who will build life with you, you want to be able to work it with a person who wants to mature in the spirit, not just all flesh. All right, just my tip for everyone. People who are spiritually awakened are not attracted to the spirit, to the flesh. It's actually something that they know will rot. It's temporary, but the life that lasts is in the spirit. Okay, so I wanted to take the image from last year and put it back in this year, this one, because I couldn't accomplish it. All right, and I'm petitioning it to God as well. God, if it's in your will, I know my mom, my sister, my loved ones also need to learn their lessons. But if I can do this little thing, I know it's your will, not my will. You know, let me see. Yes, spiritual maturity is the bomb. Yes, spiritual maturity, you will see it because people live in purpose. They have purpose. They have principles. They have not just about the money and, you know, looking cool. It's just they want to impact people's life and spirit. You will see it. You will see it. And those are that is my mission, to create more people with that spirit, with that vision. I am a preparator. I am an equipper. I am a person who, that is my mission. I prepare people to walk in their calling so that they are ready to do their purpose. A purpose is something that they discover. It's not something that you choose. It's something that you discover once you are walking and taking action in faith. But many people are afraid to walk in faith because they don't know where they're going. Well, let me tell you, you don't know where you're going, but know that you have a God that knows everything. So the very first thing that you will want to do is have a relationship with that entity who knows everything. Imagine me, I am talking as if I've known God forever. And I started believing in God 2024. Where do you guys think the talk that I give to you comes from? This is not me. I don't know a lot of things, but this is, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know where it's coming from. God can accelerate many things in your life. God can do many things in your life. If I have seen that woman who was struggling with her health, and then she was, you know, health issue, pain, and then suddenly she is connected to more to God. Like she was connected before to God, but God allowed her to discover her purpose, and she started learning about medicine, and she started opening her practice, and she started getting 100s in her exams, and she was doing the exam, and she was also in unbelief. How is that possible that she's getting good grades and also fast, in a very fast pace? Like there was a rhythm for that program that she took. It's for medicine, to practice, to help people with their health. And there were modules that were locked for her. And God tells her, petition to your teacher that they unlock the next modules for you. And she asked, she obeyed, and the modules were unlocked for her. And she started learning and taking the exams even before other people took it. And she got good grades. And I'm like, that is my God. Like he can accelerate things if you are walking in his purpose. Like he needs you here on earth. You have the authority here on earth. You meet in prayer. He gives you the power. That is what I'm talking about, power. Power is up there. Authority we have here on earth. We have dominion. We have things we can do here on earth. But God is not forceful. We need to meet, have agreements. Like we need to do this. We have a mission here. We actually need to move things here. We need to heal people. We need to do this for people. And God agrees. He gives you acceleration, power to do the impossible. And that is so, God is so cool. All right. Yeah. I have been studying the Bible for 39 years, only 2024. Yeah, so what you do now is ask God, like, God, Combine it with a desire in your heart. Say, God, I want to do this for people. I have understood this lesson now. Now I know what I need to do. Equip me. Equip me to do your purpose here on earth. And you will have different things. In my case, it's speaking. I could speak about God all day. but you may have another way of getting his, his power or authority. I'm sorry, power, because you have authority. You have authority. So I'm just getting images from my old vision board. So I want to camp outside to discover more of the creation of God outside me. So outside nature, like nature. I am living most of the times in city. So I want to experience nature before it's gone. You guys, don't worry about everything that is happening around you. Just like the Bible says, everything needs to pass. Everything kind of needs to happen. The most important thing that you need to do, even if you hear rumors of wars, you hear many things, is to connect yourself with the source so that you can help ease the suffering of his people. And know that you're protected. So if you're protected and you have God with you, why are you going to be afraid? Why are you going to worry? All right, so that is one thing that I want to do. Spend time in nature before it's gone. Amazon is burning, we know that. Many people are getting kidnapped in some places. It's sad, but we have things we can do and we cannot do. I'm in Colorado. Oh, amazing. Nice. In US, what is burning? The Amazons. The lungs of Earth. It's burning. So Earth right now is as if it's smoking, When you smoke, you kind of put chemicals in your lungs. So sorry about my analogies or my comparisons. So Earth right now is losing its health. Yeah, Amazon is burning. So I want this more celebration. This is a sign of celebration. So I'm going to leave from last year, this one. I step into my power to create my future because I already did. So this year is to multiply. So now I know that I have power to delete the bad things that lives within me. So I have the power to rebuke the bad things and substitute it with God's presence, like with the Holy Spirit. Allow the Holy Spirit to enter my heart. Now this year is to take action and multiply the fruits of the Holy Spirit. It's goodness, kindness, joy, love, gentleness, self-control, patience. What I'm missing? I'm missing two. All right, may God delete in my system the bad things, because we live every day, and every single day we get ideas that are not from God. All right, sometimes we are not careful. So what I do every night is I surrender to God the things that I shouldn't have been thinking. For example, doubts, worries. I'm doubting God. Like, why am I doubting God? I surrender it to you, God. Like, why am I even doubting you? So I kind of repent every day for the things that I may have knowingly or unknowingly received every single day. I may have judged someone without thinking properly. So I like this one. So I like traveling. So I have traveled already. I'm reading on the beach. All right. Any other question? I am looking at this image. Something tells me about this image, but I'm not sure what it is. I was looking, is it the perfume? Is it the girl wanting to go to the plane? I'm not sure. I will ask God. God, something is telling me with this picture. You reveal it to me. Maybe you're taking me to a trip again this year. I am settling in Amsterdam, but it's your will, not my will. Something I like about this image, I don't know if it's the sun, I'm not sure. But in my prayer before I started the vision board or the live, I asked God to give me signals. You know, what I need to discover more in my life, what I need to work more in my life, and this image called my attention. It's not something that I'm desiring, to be honest, but it calls my attention. I don't know. Who knows? God knows. Another thing that we want, I don't want carrying my luggage, so I used to like these images. You see? But being honest, carrying luggages is not fun. It's heavy. Alright, so I'm not going to put that in my vision board. If someone can carry my luggage for me, that would be amazing. God, you heard that. God, you heard that. I don't want to be carrying my luggages. I think I liked this picture of plane. I don't know what's with planes. What is happening with planes? Because this called my attention. This called my attention, and also this one. I'm like, all right. It's still connected to mobility, having the resources to move, having the freedom and time to move. So wishing for this is something that is not easy. All right, it's easy for God. But traveling, you will have to have the resources. You will have to have a purpose. So God, where are you taking me? I just arrived in Amsterdam. I connected with my family. I restored my relationship with my family. I'm thankful for that. Like where? Where did it go? It disappeared. Wait, it just fell, but it disappeared. Did you guys see where it went? Oh, here. OMG. Oh, here. So I'm taking this one. It called my attention. And what else? So as I said, this vision board kit, this collection of images, you can also have it. It's for free. I want you to just imagine yourself in a different way. I like this clothing. All right, not the hat, but I like to dress more feminine. I like to dress more woman, like as if she's being taken care of, not surviving. I somehow had that image of sometimes women choose the comfortable clothes because they're in the rush. It's not that it's bad, but I live that life, and to be honest, I want to be taken care of. I want to be with God who cares for me as my Father. And I want to be soft. I want to be able to allow myself to feel in my feminine side more. So I said I would do effort to comb my hair, to curl it, and to dress nicely, better. me see. Bought a home. This is not attractive to me, buying a home here on earth. Buying a home here on earth. But maybe buying a home for my family. But for me, to be honest, I don't know. It's not attractive for me. My dream home is a sanctuary of peace, love, and abundance. Maybe to have a safe space. God, you know what? If I want a home where I can plant food, where I can plant things. All right. I may have to finish this later because there are many things that I want to do and we don't have a lot of time. So this is important for me, my voice. Your voice matters. So this is going to be part of my vision board. I want to be a speaker, or I want to speak, to use my words, as I say, to empower people, to guide people, to equip people. So this part is important to me. Even though it looks like that I'm already doing it, there is a huge public behind it. Like, I know we are 26 people here, big public behind the screens, but there is this part of me that wants to do more of presence, of one, you know, allowing them to understand my energy, the energy that is not from me. So presence. Do more of this. Yeah, speak up. My old version couldn't speak up. She was afraid. All right, so I'm collecting already many things. I have one image at home that is a wedding dress. So I want to be married. Or at least maybe, you see, in the Bible, the bride is the church. So I'm not sure if I want to be married, because that is someone is, you know, I don't have a partner, and in my heart, I don't have the need for a partner. But it calls my attention because I don't know if it's the bride of church, of creating a church, or helping. I don't know. It calls my attention, as I said. And it's there in my house. I want to add it here. And God knows what He creates out of that image. It's His will, not my will. I'm gathering information, you know, I'm gathering signals. Oh, this calls my attention. But is it aligned to my heart? Or a bride calls my attention because we want to help the bride prepare for the groom when he comes. Talking about the second coming here. Right, you don't want to be one of the brides that are full. So there are 10 brides. Remember the parable of the 10 virgins? There are 5 brides that were ready, and then the other 5 brides that are not ready. All right, I want to make sure more people are ready so that they enter that wedding, that union, with that togetherness, with oneness with God. So my mission is preparing, helping people to be ready. So I'm associating that image of a bride to the parable of the 10 virgins, but also I'm asking, like, God, why a bride? Is this for church? Is this for the bride that you are going to pick up when you arrive? Is this me getting married? Is this something that is, you know, that is in my mind? But I don't even have a partner to be married to begin with. So I am not thinking about that. So I'm like, the bride may mean something else. The bride may mean something else. Who knows? Only God knows. Can you imagine if I turn out to be the bride after this year. Who would have known? Only God can do that. As I say, with my energy, with my mission, with my purpose, it's a little bit complicated. Well, nothing is complicated with God. All right, everyone. I am gathering everything because I am leaving. All right, we need to go home. I will paste these images at home, and then I will show you the results afterwards. So if you want to be part of the community, just women community, that community is for free. And inside the community, you can share your troubles. If you are struggling with stillness, just say, Joanna, I want to have a one-on-one with you, and then we will book a call, for you. And if someone else wants to join, then they can join. And as I said, it's a place for me to serve to women who are feeling lost, who are in survival mode, who don't know what to do in life. Yeah. It's one of those things that I obeyed doing because God, why a community? It was one of those repeated messages that I get from God. Start a community. Like, okay, I'm gonna start a community, but I don't know how to do it yet properly. God will provide all my needs according to His riches in glory. So we don't have to worry on how. For everyone, this is for everyone, not just for me. You don't have to worry about the how. God will provide everything what you need. All right, just take the first step. So that is what I did with the community. Even though I was not sure how am I going to make it happen, the light is blinking. All right, nothing superstitious. It's just the light, like the light. All right, we're going home. We're heading home now. Let me see. Linda, I want to be in the community. Yes, Linda, DM me. Or let me see if I can add you. Linda, I followed you back so that you're in love with Jesus Christ. I know that feeling. I'm in love with Him too. That's why I tell you, sometimes when these images of brides call my attention, I'm like, Jesus, are you coming soon? Instead of me thinking, God, are you going to look for a partner for me? Are you going to send me a partner? My question is like, Jesus, are you really coming soon? I'm like, I know. Like, if you come. But let us do the work here first. Like, we want to save many people as possible. We want to make sure everyone is making their dreams and goals, because when you make your dreams and goals happen, you find purpose and you find long-lasting life, and you want to connect more with God because you want to make your purpose happen, but many things in your life, you don't understand how. So when there are these challenges, you pray and you depend more on God. Hopefully I'm making sense here. That's why when you find your purpose, you will want to achieve things and you will need God. Like, you will want to know, God, I don't know how to do this. Help me. And God is so happy when you do that. He's like a father. When you do this as a baby, lift me up. Like, he's the father, and who wants to get you and lift you up. That's an imagery of how I see God. Like, when I ask questions, or when I ask and I surrender, God is happy. And I feel it. Like, finally you allow me to work. Finally you allow me to do the things for you. Finally you allow me to carry your burdens. Finally you do things with me. All right. right, everyone. I will be leaving. I will see you again. Wait, tomorrow I will be in church. Yeah, tomorrow we can do. Send me ideas. What do you need in your life that I can help with? Right? Maybe you're struggling with procrastination. Maybe you're struggling with lust. Maybe you're struggling with distractions, overeating. I know this, all right, because it's gluttony. It's a bad spirit as well that many of us carry, or not me, not me anymore. If you're struggling with pride or unforgiveness, these things I can talk a lot about. And as I said, I don't know how, but I just have, God connects my feelings. As I said, God's wisdom is connected to multidimensional parts of you. And when He connects everything, everything flows. That is why you want wisdom from God. It's life-changing, and you won't understand how you understand things. I don't understand it either. But it's one of those things that God gave me understanding of, so that I can help people. You know, it's all God. It's not me. It's all God. Thanks to Him, I can understand and explain things. That's why I tell you, I found purpose because of God. All right. So, thank you so much for watching this live. I will see you again. I will see you tomorrow. So let me say goodbye to Carlos, Linda, Dignora. I like your name. Sounds like my mom's name. Abiga, Stephanie, Gus, T. De Jesus, Miguel, Trong, Choose Joy, Midnight, Marco, Tu, Adre, Harry. All right, I will leave. Thank you so much for tuning in with me, and I will see you again tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.